Long ball is worked for from the free kick. Michy Batshuayi is offside. And United have a free kick which they will take just outside their own penalty area. In the second half, the possession pretty much level again now after a Valencia dominance. Pereira back for Bailly just outside his own penalty area, lays it back for Romero. Romero's long right-footed ball forward over halfway. Rashford comes to meet it, but has pushed Ruben Veso in the back, and it's a free kick which will be taken on the halfway line by the men in white. With 8 minutes to go, Valencia 2, Manchester United 0 in the Champions League. It's live on TalkSport with Arnold Clark. You get 300 quid off your next used car. Search arnoldclark.com.
Time running out. United have had a better spell for the last 5-10 minutes or so, but far too little and far too late.
Carlos Soler played back inside his own half. Diakabi brings it forward over the halfway line and plays it down to the left-hand touchline now for Ruben Veso. His ball forward is steered away by Fellaini's little header. Now Pogba can bring it forward. Pogba to Lingard, out to Young on the United left. Rashford will make his way forward, puts his right arm up, indicates to Ashley Young that he wants the ball. Mata is forward in support. Well, he'd love to score against his old club. It's a ball that's fizzed in from that left-hand side, hit with real venom. Decent strike from distance by Paul Pogba, tipped away by the goalkeeper. Now he'll pick it up again, 25 yards out, works it onto his right foot. Deft little flick forward is dealt with by Diakabi. Not such a good contribution the second time round. An extraordinary game in Amsterdam. Now Bayern have a penalty. Ajax 2, Bayern 1, both down to 10 men. 2 red cards in the space of 10 minutes there, and now 2 penalties in the space of 10 minutes as well. Bayern, if they equalise, will go back to the top of the group. Parejo, long left-footed ball out to the Valencia left-hand touchline. Will be brought down by Ferran, who looked very lively after coming on. Shown inside again by Mata, trying to work it onto his favoured right foot. Back it comes for Kondogbia. Kondogbia down to the left-hand touchline for Ruben Veso. Kondogbia again able to work the ball back through the middle and out to the Valencia right-hand side for Piccini, the Italian. Good link-up play between him and Carlos Soler, and then Lingard tried to clear it. Overhead kick, put it into his chin, and it bounced back inside the penalty area and eventually is cleared and goes out of play. Bayern have scored that penalty. Jerome Boateng, whose goals are few and far between, but he's held his nerve. 2 penalties, 1 for each team in the space of 4 minutes, given by French referee Clément Turpin. And it's Ajax 2, Bayern Munich 2. So Bayern, top of the group again, but Ajax going through. Ruben Veso with the throw. This one's been beyond Manchester United for some time, Matt, with only 5 minutes to go now, and United trailing 2-0 in a game they have to win to stand any chance of finishing top of their section.
To be honest, I felt at half-time that United could come back into it. I thought that Valencia are not a great team. It showed, United didn't play particularly well in that first half, and I expected them to come out with a reaction, and Mourinho having given them a rocket, they'd come out much better, much improved. But to be honest, they've been really poor. They've had a 10-minute spell where they've had a bit more of the ball, they've had a couple of shots from distance which the goalkeepers had to save, but they've not really played anywhere near the level that's expected of a Man United team.
AEK Athens down to 10 men in their game, which is pretty academic, in Lisbon against Benfica. 0-0 there, although Benfica may just have scored. Valencia thought that they were through there as it was played forward towards Rodrigo, but he was flagged offside. And it's a free kick which will be taken by Manchester United. Yes, Benfica have scored against AEK Athens. They lead 1-0. Mata has got options either side of him. He picks out Pogba. 4 minutes to go. Valencia 2, Manchester United 0. It was late and dramatic in Turin. It's going to be just as late and even more dramatic if United can pull it round with 3 goals to win the game in 4 minutes plus stoppage time from here. Pogba to Young, to Lingard, to Mata. Mata back for Lingard, takes it down towards the byline. As he kept it in, Young can clip it in. Rashford, there's one back. 87th minute. Marcus Rashford's first Champions League goal in a year. And that's one of the 3 that United lead. 2-1.
Well, if anyone's deserved the goal, it's Marcus Rashford. He's started on the bench, but he's come on and run around, tried to make a few tackles. Impression. It's good play by United, actually. intricate football between Mata and Lingard. Question mark whether he kept it in or not. I think he just about did. I'll have another look at it, I'm sure, but this one for the VAR in time. But Rashford makes no mistake from 6 yards out. He had a poor header 10 minutes ago, wide of the post. This time he makes no mistake. They're back in it.
Just need a Mata free kick now, just as the catalyst. Rashford played well at the weekend, scored a wonderful goal then. That one a more routine header, but still very neatly taken. Valencia 2, Manchester United 1. Now Ajax 2, Bayern 3 in Amsterdam. And incidentally, despite the fact that it was originally recorded as a Boateng penalty, it was Robert Lewandowski. Not two men you'd necessarily confuse in an identity parade. Here's Valencia on the right-hand side for Manchester United. His cross hits Ruben Veso and is blocked. Comes back out again towards Pereira. Pereira's right-footed delivery. Fellaini attacking it. And the referee has spotted an infringement, and it's a free kick which will be taken by Valencia inside their own penalty area. So United continuing their record of scoring in every away game that they've played so far this season, leaving it late with Marcus Rashford's header. 2-2 for him. His 4th goal of the campaign and his first in 8 Champions League ties. But if it's going to happen, United have to score again very, very quickly. Probably in the next 2 minutes or so, to give themselves the whole of injury time to get the decisive one. Valencia 2, Manchester United 1 the scoreline.
Well, that was another chance actually. When the cross came in, United were queuing up at the far post. It was a stupid challenge from Fellaini to give the free kick away, because he was always second favourite to get there.
Kingsley Coman with the goal for Bayern that looks as though it's 1-0 in Amsterdam. Rashford will chase. Valencia 2, Manchester United 1. 90 seconds plus stoppage time to go. Valencia just trying to keep possession now with Carlos Soler. They scored the first goal tonight. Work forward towards Batshuayi. Batshuayi waiting for options, and he's chipped it wide. Saw that Romero was a fraction off his line. Waited for the movement to his left-hand side just to put the defender in 2 minds, and then shaped the ball towards the top right-hand corner, but couldn't keep it down.
Oh, Antonio Valencia made that easy for him though, didn't he? He was tight enough to Batshuayi, then dropped off. Batshuayi was able to just try and pick his spot. Curled it wide of the post. United's got away with one.
2-1 they trail. Here's Young. Out of the left-hand touchline for Mata. Remember, Juventus also trailing by 2-1. So if United can win, they will win the group. As things stand, Pogba to Mata on the turn. Goalkeeper has missed it and it's gone wide. He just didn't get hold of it. The ball was chipped over the top. Mata spun and flicked it into the ground on the turn, and it's just looped past the goalkeeper but drifted agonisingly wide.
Technically such a good player, Juan Mata. Brilliantly picked out as well by Paul Pogba, and from 8 yards out you just expect him. I know it's a difficult chance, he's back to goal and he's on the volley, but Juan Mata's got the ability to do that. Didn't get the connection he would have wanted to have done, and just dragged his shot wide of the post. That was a glorious chance for United to level the game.
Where was this United performance in the first 85 minutes? There are only 3 minutes of stoppage time to play. United trailing 2-1, and Valencia will take it down towards the corner flag with Ferran Torres. He's down by the corner quadrant, rolling the studs over the top of the ball, and he's done well because he's won a corner off Antonio Valencia, which will enable Valencia to run the clock down a little bit more. They lead 2-1. It will be only their 4th home win of the season in 12 games if they can hang on. They've beaten Rayo Vallecano here, the only team that they've beaten in the league. They've beaten 3rd division opposition in the cup. They've beaten Young Boys, finished bottom of this group at the Mestalla. Are they going to add Manchester United's name to that as well? 2-1 Valencia lead with just over 2 minutes of stoppage time remaining. Corner work short, unsurprisingly, by Parejo to Ferran Torres. Back for Parejo, who's bought the free kick from Andres Pereira. It's clever game management now from the Spaniards.
Yeah, to be honest, once they scored the second, they haven't really done an awful lot to score a third, Valencia. They've sat back and tried to soak up any pressure that United have thrown at them. And the pressure has only really come in the last, 15 minutes or so. It's coincided with Marcus Rashford coming onto the pitch. He's the one United player that's done himself any favours, really, I think, tonight.
Parejo taking his time about the free kick. False start as he made his way in towards the ball, and it's played forward. It's in towards Kondogbia, who tried to backheel it into the nearest United player for a corner. Didn't pull it off. Now Mata out to the United left for Young. They have to score from this attack, surely, if they're going to be able to get themselves back into it. As he worked it 4-4, Rashford's run. I think it was flagged offside in the end. Didn't get to the ball anyway. Kondogbia has gone down, holding his hamstring. And don't know the severity of that injury, whether it is a hamstring problem, whether it's a touch of cramp, whether it's just trying to disrupt the flow of the game late on. But he's down in some distress, back on his feet now. A minute to go. Juventus have equalised